Here in Bali, under the shadow of an active volcano, lies an underwater world that most people miss. These are the best and weirdest things you can find diving in Tulamben. Up first, we have the aliens. In fact, Tulamben is one of the best places in the world to find them. These beautiful sea slugs are called Nudibranchs. And while they might look like soft, harmless Pokemon characters, they are, in fact, poisonous predators. And the wildest part? They steal their weapons. Without shells to protect them, they've evolved to eat toxic prey like jellyfish or hydroids. They keep the stinging cells intact and then store these on their own backs for defense, effectively using their enemies' weapons against them. Those bright colours may look attractive, but to predators, they're a giant stay away sign. As we comb through the sand, things get even stranger. These tiny passengers are emperor shrimps, and they're on top of a pretty chunky nudibranch. What looks like an attack is actually a partnership. The nudibranch does the heavy lifting and the shrimps clean its skin in return. It's a living, toxic fortress crossing the sand. Next up, we have ghosts. While some critters down here want to be seen, others are masters of invisibility. Can you see them? These are ghost pipefish. Most divers swim straight past them because they look like bits of dead leaf or stray seagrass, until you notice the eyes. They hang upside down their entire lives to trick their prey, just hovering and swaying in the current. Then we find the show-off of the family, the ornate ghost pipefish. It loves to hide amongst the stinging corals, matching so perfectly it almost disappears. They're related to seahorses, but unlike their cousins, they survive by ghostly camouflage. All of these tiny creatures live in the shadow of a giant. This is the USAT Liberty, a World War II cargo ship that was torpedoed, beached and finally pushed into the sea by a volcanic eruption over 60 years ago. The metal skeleton is covered in life. Soft corals, sponges, schools of fish weaving through the corridors. And it's not just the tiny locals that love this place. Bigger residents cruise through as well. Sea turtles can hold their breath for hours when they're resting, so you often find them wedged into the wreck like this, completely unbothered by divers drifting by. It's the most famous dive site on this coastline, and some days it really shows. We actually made a whole video guide on the Liberty, including the best times to go if you want to beat the crowds. And trust us, timing is everything. And over here is an imposter. At first glance, this looks like a highly venomous sea snake. Same banded pattern, same confident swim. But look closely, this is actually an eel playing dress up. By mimicking a deadly sea snake, it convinces everyone around it that it's more dangerous than it really is. For this crazy creature, bluffing is its best defense. This next critter, however, is not bluffing. Meet the peacock mantis shrimp. This little guy has some of the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom. He can see colours we don't even have names for. And those front claws, they punch with the speed of a bullet. He hits so fast that the water around his fist actually boils for a split second. Then, drifting past is this cowfish, gliding along like a tiny alien hovercraft. Its body is basically a bony box, a built-in suit of armour. It's a fish built like a tank. If the Liberty Wreck is the capital city, there's a ghost town just down the coast. This is the Kubu wreck and a spooky hidden gem. It's deeper, quieter, and eerily dark. It feels like swimming through an abandoned spaceship. The residents around here aren't shy. These lionfish, armed with venomous spikes, have no reason to hide. While this scorpionfish, camouflaged amongst the rocks, waits for its prey. Most fish won't notice him until it's too late. But it's not all tiny aliens, weapons and venom. This little fish will relentlessly attack anything that comes too close. Even a diver 100 times its size. But this clownfish isn't just guarding a home, it's protecting its eggs. Elsewhere on the reef, even the monsters have friends. These cleaner shrimps live in harmony with this moray eel, picking parasites off its teeth and skin. It may sound like a dangerous choice, but it's a win-win. Free dental plan for the eel, free meal for the shrimps. Just when we think we've seen every shade of weird, Tulamben throws one last surprise at us. We were told volcanic eruptions had destroyed everything, but they were wrong. A vast coral garden, the healthiest we've seen in Bali. In the sunlight, it looks like an underwater lettuce patch, layers of coral heads overlapping and glowing. Take extra care, as this is some of the most fragile coral species, and amazingly, it's in pristine condition. And further along the coast, we dive into a sunken temple. Locals have placed Buddha statues and temple structures here to encourage new coral growth. Most people come to Bali for the beaches and the bars, but this side of the island tells a different story. What looks empty and lifeless from the surface is actually bursting with life. For us, that's what makes Tulamben so special. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more underwater adventures.